ServSafe Practice Test 80 questions updated for 2026. Pass ServSafe exam easily. Question 1. In top to bottom order, how should a fresh beef roast and fresh halibut and lettuce and a pan of ground chicken be stored? Option A, lettuce and fresh halibut and fresh beef roast and ground chicken. Option B, ground chicken and fresh beef roast and fresh halibut and lettuce. Option C, fresh halibut and lettuce and ground chicken and fresh beef roast. Option D, fresh beef roast and ground chicken and lettuce and fresh halibut. The correct answer is option A, lettuce and fresh halibut and fresh beef roast and ground chicken. Storage order is determined by the minimum internal cooking temperature of the food with the highest temperature food on the bottom. Question 2. What temperature range promotes the most rapid growth of bacteria? Option A, between 32 and 41 degrees Fahrenheit. Option B, between 70 and 125 degrees Fahrenheit. Option C, between 135 and 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Option D, above 180 degrees Fahrenheit. The correct answer is option B, between 70 and 125 degrees Fahrenheit. While the danger zone is 41 to 135, bacteria grow even more rapidly between 70 and 125 degrees Fahrenheit. Question 3. A food handler has opened a container of commercially prepared potato salad. After how many days must it be discarded? Option A, 3 days. Option B, 5 days. Option C, 7 days. Option D, 10 days. The correct answer is option C, 7 days. Commercially prepared ready-to-eat food must be discarded within 7 days of opening if held at 41 degrees Fahrenheit. Question 4. To wash hands properly, a food handler must first perform which action? Option A, apply hand antiseptic. Option B, dry hands with a paper towel. Option C, wet hands and arms. Option D, scrub with a brush. The correct answer is option C, wet hands and arms. The first step in proper hand washing is to wet the hands and arms with running water that is at least 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Question 5. What does the L stand for in the Food and Drug Administration Alert Tool? Option A, label. Option B, listen. Option C, look. Option D, limit. The correct answer is option C, look. The alert tool stands for assure and look in employees and reports and threat. Look refers to monitoring the security of products. Question 6. A hose is connected to a faucet to fill a bucket and then left submerged in the bucket. This is a risk because why? Option A, the bucket might overflow. Option B, a cross connection has been created. Option C, the water will get cold. Option D, the hose might get dirty. The correct answer is option B, a cross connection has been created. Submerging a hose creates a potential for backflow, which is a cross connection between safe and contaminated water. Question 7. The only acceptable piece of jewelry for a food handler is which of the following? Option A, a medical alert bracelet. Option B, a plain metal ring. Option C, a waterproof watch. Option D, small stud earrings. The correct answer is option B, a plain metal ring. Only a plain band ring is allowed, other jewelry can harbor pathogens or fall into food. Question 8. How should the temperature of a shipment of cottage cheese be taken when it arrives at the operation? Option A, check the temperature of the delivery truck. Option B, hold a thermometer near the surface. Option C, place the thermometer stem into an opened container. Option D, check the expiration date on the box. The correct answer is option C, place the thermometer stem into an opened container. To get an accurate reading for milk or cottage cheese, the thermometer stem should be inserted directly into the product. Question 9. A cherry pit in a slice of pie is which type of contaminant? Option A, biological. Option B, chemical. Option C, physical. Option D, radiological. The correct answer is option C, physical. Natural objects like bones in fish or pits in fruit are considered physical contaminants. Question 10. What type of container should be used to transport time and temperature control for safety food to an off-site service location? Option A. Cardboard boxes. Option B. Plastic grocery bags. Option C. Insulated containers. Option D. Open metal pans. The correct answer is option C. Insulated containers. Insulated containers maintain the necessary temperatures to keep food safe during transport. Question 11. What is the minimum internal cooking temperature for a veal chop? Option A. 135 degrees Fahrenheit. Option B. 145 degrees Fahrenheit. Option C. 155 degrees Fahrenheit. Option D. 165 degrees Fahrenheit. The correct answer is option B. 145 degrees Fahrenheit. Whole cuts of meat such as veal chops or beef roasts must be cooked to 145 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 seconds. Question 12. A connection between two threaded faucets should have which of the following approved devices? Option A. A vacuum breaker. Option B. A piece of tape. Option C. A rubber band. Option D. A plastic cap. The correct answer is option A. A vacuum breaker. A vacuum breaker prevents back siphonage, which is a form of backflow. Question 13. Traces of pesticides are found on raw poultry breasts. Which type of contamination is this? Option A. Biological. Option B. Chemical. Option C. Physical. Option D. Environmental. The correct answer is option B. Chemical. Pesticides in cleaning products and toxic metals are examples of chemical contaminants. Question 14. A food handler just finished storing a dry food delivery. Which step was done correctly? Option A. Stored food against the wall. Option B. Stored food 2 inches off the floor. Option C. Stored food away from the wall and 6 inches off the floor. Option D. Stored food in the chemical room. The correct answer is option C. Stored food away from the wall and 6 inches off the floor. Dry food must be stored at least 6 inches off the floor and away from walls to allow for cleaning and to discourage pests. Question 15. What information must be posted on a dishwasher? Option A. The name of the manufacturer. Option B. The correct settings for temperatures and pressures. Option C. A list of all staff members. Option D. The phone number for the health department. The correct answer is option B. The correct settings for temperatures and pressures. Dishwashers must have clear instructions regarding operating temperatures and chemical requirements. Question 16. When partially cooking food to be finished later, what is the maximum cooking time allowed during the initial cooking? Option A. 30 minutes. Option B. 60 minutes. Option C. 90 minutes. Option D. 120 minutes. The correct answer is option B. 60 minutes. During the initial cooking phase of partial cooking, the food must not be cooked for longer than 60 minutes. Question 17. What is the final step in cleaning and sanitizing a prep table? Option A. Rinsing the surface. Option B. Applying sanitizer. Option C. Wiping the table with a dry cloth. Option D. Allowing the surface to air dry. The correct answer is option D. Allowing the surface to air dry. After cleaning and rinsing and sanitizing, the final step is to allow all surfaces to air dry completely. Question 18. What scenario can lead to a pest infestation? Option A. Cleaning the floors daily. Option B. Storing recyclables in paper bags. Option C. Installing air curtains at entrances. Option D. Keeping the dumpster lid closed. The correct answer is option B. Storing recyclables in paper bags. Pests can hide and nest in paper bags and cardboard. Recyclables should be stored in clean and pest-proof containers. Question 19. What is the first thing a person in charge should do when an inspector arrives? Option A. Ask for identification. Option B. Offer them a meal. Option C. Show them the freezer. Option D, call the owner. The correct answer is option A, ask for identification. Always verify the credentials of anyone claiming to be a health inspector before allowing access. Question 20. Mineral buildup has formed on the steam table. Which cleaning agent would best remove it? Option A, degreaser. Option B, abrasive cleaner. Option C, Dylamer. Option D, quaternary ammonium. The correct answer is option C, Dylamer. Dylymers are acid cleaners used to remove mineral deposits and scale from equipment. Question 21. What is the primary risk associated with transporting ice in containers originally used to store chemicals? Option A. The ice will melt too fast. Option B. The containers may still have chemical residue. Option C. The ice will have a bad smell. Option D. The containers are too heavy. The correct answer is option B. The containers may still have chemical residue. Never use chemical containers for food or ice as toxic residues can remain even after cleaning. Question 22. Under what circumstances can a warewashing sink be used to wash produce? Option A. It can never be used. Option B. If the manager gives permission. Option C. If it is cleaned and sanitized before and after washing the produce. Option D. If only green vegetables are washed. The correct answer is option C. If it is cleaned and sanitized before and after washing the produce. Warewashing sinks can be used for produce only if they are thoroughly cleaned and sanitized first. Question 23. What is the minimum internal cooking temperature for chicken breasts? Option A, 145 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 seconds. Option B, 155 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 seconds. Option C, 165 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 seconds. Option D, 175 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 seconds. The correct answer is option C, 165 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 seconds. Poultry including chicken breasts must be cooked to a minimum internal temperature of 165 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 seconds. Question 24. The primary goal of active managerial control is to reduce the risk of what? Option A, employee turnover. Option B, high food costs. Option C, foodborne illness. Option D, equipment failure. The correct answer is option C, foodborne illness. Active managerial control is a proactive system to identify and control risks that lead to foodborne illness. Question 25. Shucked oysters must be purchased from which type of source? Option A, a local fisherman. Option B, an approved supplier. Option C, any grocery store. Option D, a roadside stand. The correct answer is option B, an approved supplier. All shellfish must be purchased from suppliers listed on the Interstate Certified Shellfish Shippers List. Question 26. Why should training documentation reports be kept? Option A, to satisfy the local news. Option B, they verify that training has been completed. Option C, to track employee pay rates. Option D, to keep the office organized. The correct answer is option B, they verify that training has been completed. Documentation provides proof to regulatory authorities that staff have been trained in food safety. Question 27. When can glass thermometers be used in a food service operation? Option A, when checking the temperature of hot oil. Option B, when enclosed in a shatterproof casing. Option C, when checking the temperature of a roast. Option D, when calibrating in ice water. The correct answer is option B, when enclosed in a shatterproof casing. Glass thermometers are a physical hazard and must only be used if they are protected by a shatterproof casing. Question 28. Which action requires a food handler to change their single-use gloves? Option A, the food handler is working with the same product for 10 minutes. Option B, the food handler is wearing gloves that have been torn. Option C, the food handler is moving from the prep table to the sink. Option D, the food handler is checking the internal temperature of a roast. The correct answer is option B. The food handler is wearing gloves that have been torn. Gloves must be changed as soon as they become dirty or torn or when beginning a different task. Question 29. What information must be included on the label of food packaged on site for retail sale? Option A. The name of the chef. Option B. A list of ingredients in descending order by weight. Option C. The price per pound. Option D. The delivery truck number. The correct answer is option B. A list of ingredients in descending order by weight. Labels for retail sale must include the common name of the food and a list of ingredients and potential allergens. Question 30. Scombroid poisoning can be prevented by which of the following actions? Option A. Cooking fish to 145 degrees Fahrenheit. Option B. Purchasing fish from approved and reputable suppliers. Option C. Freezing fish for 24 hours. Option D. Using a penetration probe. The correct answer is option B. Purchasing fish from approved and reputable suppliers. Scombroid poisoning is caused by time and temperature abuse of certain fish and is prevented by buying from reputable suppliers. Question 31. What bacteria is commonly linked with poultry and eggs and dairy products and produce? Option A. Salmonella species. Option B. Shigella species. Option C. Ciguatera. Option D. Hepatitis A. The correct answer is option A. Salmonella species. Salmonella species live naturally in many farm animals and are frequently linked to poultry and eggs. Question 32. What food safety practice can prevent cross-contact? Option A. Washing and rinsing and sanitizing utensils before each use. Option B. Using a color-coded cutting board for different meats. Option C. Cooking food to 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Option D. Wearing a hair restraint. The correct answer is option A. Washing and rinsing and sanitizing utensils before each use. Cross-contact refers to the transfer of allergens. Thoroughly cleaning and sanitizing all equipment between uses prevents this. Question 33. If a food contact surface is in constant use, how often should it be cleaned and sanitized? Option A. Every 2 hours. Option B. Every 4 hours. Option C. Every 6 hours. Option D. At the end of the shift. The correct answer is option B. Every 4 hours. Surfaces in constant use must be cleaned and sanitized at least every 4 hours to prevent the growth of pathogens. Question 34. Air curtains should be installed at the delivery entrance of an operation in order to perform what function? Option A. Keep the kitchen cool. Option B. Improve the smell. Option C. Deny pest access. Option D. Dry the floor. The correct answer is option C. Deny pest access. Air curtains blow a high-velocity stream of air that prevents flying insects from entering. Question 35. What thermometer is best suited to checking a dishwashing machine's final rinse temperature? Option A. Bimetallic stem thermometer. Option B. Infrared thermometer. Option C. Maximum registering thermometer. Option D. Thermocouple with air probe. The correct answer is option C. Maximum registering thermometer. A maximum registering thermometer shows the highest temperature reached during the cycle, which is necessary for checking sanitization. Question 36. What temperature is acceptable for cold storing potato salad? Option A. 41 degrees Fahrenheit or lower. Option B. 46 degrees Fahrenheit. Option C. 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Option D. 55 degrees Fahrenheit. The correct answer is option A. 41 degrees Fahrenheit or lower. Cold time and temperature control for safety food must be maintained at 41 degrees Fahrenheit or lower. Question 37. What is coving? Option A. A type of insect infestation. Option B. A curved and sealed edge between a floor and a wall. Option C. A method of deep frying. Option D. The process of sanitizing a sink. The correct answer is option B. A curved and sealed edge between a floor and a wall. Coving makes floors easier to clean and prevents dirt and pests from hiding in the corners where walls and floors meet. Question 38. What temperature must a high-temperature dishwasher's final sanitizing rinse be? Option A. At least 135 degrees Fahrenheit. Option B. At least 155 degrees Fahrenheit. Option C. At least 171 degrees Fahrenheit. Option D. At least 180 degrees Fahrenheit. The correct answer is option D, at least 180 degrees Fahrenheit. For a high-temperature machine, the final rinse must be at least 180 degrees Fahrenheit to sanitize the dishes. Question 39. What item is considered acceptable work attire for a food handler? Option A. Watch. Option B. Medical alert bracelet. Option C. Plain band ring. Option D. Diamond engagement ring. The correct answer is option C. Plain band ring. A plain band ring is the only jewelry allowed on the hands or arms while working with food. Question 40. Where should a food handler wash his or her hands after prepping food? Option A. In the 3-compartment sink. Option B. In a designated sink for hand washing. Option C. In the prep sink. Option D. In the mop sink. The correct answer is option B. In a designated sink for hand washing. Hand washing must only take place in sinks designated for hand washing to prevent cross-contamination. Question 41. When can a food handler diagnosed with jaundice return to work? Option A. When they feel better. Option B. When they have been out for 7 days. Option C. When approved by the regulatory authority. Option D. After the manager performs a check. The correct answer is option C. When approved by the regulatory authority. Jaundice requires exclusion and the individual can only return with a medical release and regulatory approval. Question 42. When can a food handler with a sore throat and a fever return to work with or around food? Option A. After 24 hours of rest. Option B. When the fever is gone. Option C. When a written medical release is provided. Option D. When they no longer feel tired. The correct answer is option C. When a written medical release is provided. A food handler excluded for sore throat and fever must have a medical release from a doctor before returning to work. Question 43. When should a shipment of fresh chicken be rejected upon delivery? Option A. The receiving temperature is 41 degrees Fahrenheit. Option B. The chicken is packed in crushed ice. Option C. The receiving temperature is 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Option D. The chicken has a firm texture. The correct answer is option C. The receiving temperature is 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Fresh poultry must be received at 41 degrees Fahrenheit or lower. Question 44. Where should dirty clothing be stored inside the operation? Option A. In the dry storage room. Option B. In non-absorbent containers or washable laundry bags. Option C. On the floor of the break room. Option D. Under the prep table. The correct answer is option B. In non-absorbent containers or washable laundry bags. Dirty linens and clothing must be kept in cleanable containers away from food and food prep areas. Question 45. Tuna salad is removed from the cooler at 9 a.m. and put out for a buffet. By what time must the tuna salad be served or thrown out? Option A. 11 a.m. Option B. 1 p.m. Option C. 3 p.m. Option D. 5 p.m. The correct answer is option C. 3 p.m. Cold food can be held without temperature control for up to 6 hours provided it was at 41 degrees Fahrenheit or lower when removed. Question 46. How many seconds does an iodine sanitizer need to be in contact with the object being sanitized? Option A. 7 seconds. Option B. 10 seconds. Option C. 30 seconds. Option D. 60 seconds. The correct answer is option C. 30 seconds. For iodine sanitizers to be effective, the item must be in contact with the solution for at least 30 seconds. Question 47. Food being cooled must be lowered from 135 degrees Fahrenheit to what temperature within 2 hours? Option A, 41 degrees Fahrenheit. Option B, 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Option C, 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Option D, 125 degrees Fahrenheit. The correct answer is option B, 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Food must be cooled from 135 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit within the first 2 hours and then down to 41 degrees Fahrenheit in the next 4 hours. Question 48. The temperature of clam chowder is checked during holding and found to be 120 degrees Fahrenheit. The soup is thrown out. What principle is this? Option A, monitoring. Option B, critical limit. Option C, corrective action. Option D, verification. The correct answer is option C, corrective action. Discarding food that has fallen into the danger zone is a corrective action taken to protect customers. Question 49. What is the maximum number of days that ready-to-eat food can be stored if held at 41 degrees Fahrenheit? Option A, 3 days. Option B, 5 days. Option C, 7 days. Option D, 10 days. The correct answer is option B, 5 days. Ready-to-eat time and temperature control for safety food can be stored for a maximum of 7 days if it is held at 41 degrees Fahrenheit or lower. Question 50. Ready-to-eat time and temperature control for safety foods prepped in-house must be date-marked if held for more than how many hours? Option A, 12 hours. Option B, 24 hours. Option C, 48 hours. Option D, 72 hours. The correct answer is option B, 24 hours. Any ready-to-eat time and temperature control for safety food held longer than 24 hours must be clearly date-marked. Question 51. Who has the highest risk of contracting a foodborne illness? Option A, elderly people. Option B, healthy adults. Option C, teenagers. Option D, active teenagers. The correct answer is option A, elderly people. Elderly people are at a higher risk because their immune systems weaken as they age. Question 52. Which food item may be reserved to customers? Option A, unused bread from a basket. Option B, unopened and pre-packaged food. Option C, leftover soup from a tureen. Option D, garnishes such as parsley. The correct answer is option B, unopened and pre-packaged food. Only unopened and pre-packaged food in good condition such as cracker packs or condiment packets can be reserved. Question 53. Where should staff members eat and drink and smoke or chew gum? Option A, in the dry storage area. Option B, in the dishwashing area. Option C, in designated areas away from food. Option D, at the prep table. The correct answer is option C, in designated areas away from food. To prevent contamination of food and surfaces, staff must only perform these activities in areas designated by the manager. Question 54. Single-use gloves are not required when performing which of the following tasks? Option A, handling ready-to-eat sandwiches. Option B, plating a cooked steak. Option C, washing produce. Option D, slicing deli meats. The correct answer is option C, washing produce. Gloves are not required when washing produce, but they are generally required when handling ready-to-eat foods. Question 55. What is the minimum water temperature required when using hot water to sanitize objects? Option A, 110 degrees Fahrenheit. Option B, 135 degrees Fahrenheit. Option C, 171 degrees Fahrenheit. Option D, 212 degrees Fahrenheit. The correct answer is option C, 171 degrees Fahrenheit. When using hot water to sanitize items in a sink, the water must be at least 171 degrees Fahrenheit and the items must soak for 30 seconds. Question 56. What is a cross-connection? Option A, a physical link between safe water and dirty water. Option B, a way to organize the cooler. Option C, a method for training staff. Option D, a type of foodborne illness. The correct answer is option A, a physical link between safe water and dirty water. A cross-connection is dangerous because it can allow backflow to contaminate the safe water supply. Question 57. A correctly designed and installed 3-compartment sink must have which type of backflow prevention? Option A, an air gap. Option B, a double check valve. Option C, a garden hose. Option D, a tight-fitting lid. The correct answer is option A, an air gap. An air gap is the most reliable way to prevent backflow into the water system. Question 58. Time and temperature control for safety food reheated for hot holding must reach what temperature? Option A, 135 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 seconds. Option B, 145 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 seconds. Option C, 155 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 seconds. Option D, 165 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 seconds. The correct answer is option D, 165 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 seconds. Food that is being reheated for hot holding must reach an internal temperature of 165 degrees Fahrenheit for at least 15 seconds. Question 59. A backup of raw sewage has occurred in the kitchen. What should happen next? Option A, mop the floor and continue service. Option B, close the affected area and clean it. Option C, pour bleach down the drain. Option D, increase the ventilation. The correct answer is option B, close the affected area and clean it. A backup of raw sewage is an imminent health hazard that requires closing the area and professional cleaning. Question 60. An illness caused by which pathogen must be reported to the regulatory authority? Option A, Salmonella. Option B, norovirus. Option C, hepatitis A. Option D, all of these. The correct answer is option D, all of these. Managers must report illnesses caused by norovirus and hepatitis A and Shigella and Salmonella and Shiga toxin producing E. coli. Question 61. What temperature should the water be for manual dishwashing in a 3-compartment sink? Option A, at least 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Option B, at least 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Option C, at least 110 degrees Fahrenheit. Option D, at least 171 degrees Fahrenheit. The correct answer is option C, at least 110 degrees Fahrenheit. The water in the first sink used for washing must be at least 110 degrees Fahrenheit for effective cleaning. Question 62. What hazard analysis critical control point principle is being practiced when food handlers rewash melons that have surface dirt? Option A, hazard analysis. Option B, critical limit. Option C, corrective action. Option D, record keeping. The correct answer is option C, corrective action. Corrective actions are steps taken when a critical limit is not met to ensure food safety. Question 63. A handwashing station must have hot and cold running water and soap and a garbage container and what else? Option A, an acceptable method for drying hands. Option B, hand lotion. Option C, a mirror. Option D, an extra set of gloves. The correct answer is option A, an acceptable method for drying hands. Stations must provide single-use towels or a high-speed air dryer for drying hands. Question 64. What should you do when taking a food order from customers who have concerns about food allergies? Option A, describe each menu item to the customer including any secret ingredients. Option B, tell the customer that all food is safe. Option C, suggest they order the soup of the day. Option D, ask them to wait until the manager is available. The correct answer is option A, describe each menu item to the customer including any secret ingredients. Staff must be able to tell customers exactly what is in a dish to help them avoid allergens. Question 65. Reviewing video surveillance is part of which alert food defense awareness step? Option A, assure. Option B, look. Option C, employees. Option D, reports. The correct answer is option B, look. The look step involves monitoring the security of products in the facility, including using cameras. Question 66. Where should ground fish be stored in a cooler? Option A, above the ready-to-eat food. Option B, below the pork roasts. Option C, on the top shelf. Option D, in the same container as lettuce. The correct answer is option B, below the pork roasts. Ground fish must be stored below whole cuts of beef and pork because it has a higher minimum internal cooking temperature. Question 67. What is the minimum internal cooking temperature for rice that is hot held for service? Option A, 135 degrees Fahrenheit. Option B, 145 degrees Fahrenheit. Option C, 155 degrees Fahrenheit. Option D, 165 degrees Fahrenheit. The correct answer is option A, 135 degrees Fahrenheit. Plant foods such as rice and beans that are hot held for service must be cooked to a minimum of 135 degrees Fahrenheit. Question 68. What is the purpose of setting critical limits in a hazard analysis critical control point plan? Option A, to identify potential hazards. Option B, to reduce hazards to safe levels. Option C, to determine which tasks are difficult. Option D, to monitor staff performance. The correct answer is option B, to reduce hazards to safe levels. Critical limits are the minimum or maximum values that must be met to prevent and eliminate or reduce a hazard to a safe level. Question 69. Parasites are most commonly associated with which type of food? Option A, canned goods. Option B, seafood. Option C, dry crackers. Option D, baked goods. The correct answer is option B, seafood. Parasites are frequently linked to seafood as well as wild game and food processed with contaminated water. Question 70. A food handler has cooled a container of chili to 70 degrees Fahrenheit in 1 hour. How much time is left to cool the chili to 41 degrees Fahrenheit? Option A, 2 hours. Option B, 3 hours. Option C, 5 hours. Option D, 6 hours. The correct answer is option C, 5 hours. Since the total cooling time allowed is 6 hours and the first step took 1 hour, there are 5 hours remaining. Question 71. What rule for serving bread should food handlers practice? Option A, reserve uneaten bread to new guests. Option B, do not reserve uneaten bread. Option C, keep bread in a warm drawer for 12 hours. Option D, touch bread with bare hands. The correct answer is option B, do not reserve uneaten bread. Uneaten bread or rolls cannot be reserved to other customers and must be thrown out. Question 72. What must a food handler with an infected hand wound do to work safely with food? Option A, cover the wound with an impermeable cover and wear a single-use glove. Option B, apply hand sanitizer to the wound. Option C, avoid working with raw food until the wound is dry. Option D, place a simple bandage on the wound. The correct answer is option A, cover the wound with an impermeable cover and wear a single-use glove. An infected wound must be covered with a watertight bandage and then protected by a glove. Question 73. Hand antiseptics may only be used if they are approved by which organization? Option A, Occupational Safety and Health Administration. Option B, Food and Drug Administration. Option C, United States Department of Agriculture. Option D, Environmental Protection Agency. The correct answer is option B, Food and Drug Administration. Hand antiseptics must be Food and Drug Administration approved and should only be used after proper hand washing. Question 74. What should a server do after clearing a table? Option A, take a food order. Option B, set the next table. Option C, wash their hands. Option D, go to the break room. The correct answer is option C, wash their hands. Clearing dirty dishes is a task that contaminates hands, so they must be washed before performing any other duty. Question 75. What is the first step in developing a hazard analysis critical control point plan? Option A. Identify critical control points. Option B. Conduct a hazard analysis. Option C. Establish critical limits. Option D. Determine corrective actions. The correct answer is option B. Conduct a hazard analysis. The first of the 7 principles is to identify and assess potential hazards in the food flow. Question 76. Metal shavings found in a container of fruit are which type of contaminant? Option A. Biological. Option B. Chemical. Option C. Physical. Option D. Environmental. The correct answer is option C. Physical. Physical contaminants are objects that accidentally enter food, such as metal shavings and glass or jewelry. Question 77. Ciguatera toxin is commonly found in which type of fish? Option A. Pollock. Option B. Cod. Option C. Amberjack. Option D. Tuna. The correct answer is option C. Amberjack. Ciguatera toxin is found in certain marine algae and builds up in predatory tropical reef fish such as amberjack and grouper. Question 78. What method should never be used to thaw frozen food? Option A. In a refrigerator at 41 degrees Fahrenheit. Option B. In a microwave followed by immediate cooking. Option C. Place the item on a prep counter at room temperature. Option D. Submerged under running water at 70 degrees Fahrenheit. The correct answer is option C. Place the item on a prep counter at room temperature. Food should never be thawed at room temperature because the surface of the food will enter the temperature danger zone. Question 79. What HACCP principle is addressed by cooking a duck breast to 165 degrees Fahrenheit? Option A. Hazard analysis. Option B. Critical limit. Option C. Corrective action. Option D. Verification. The correct answer is option B. Critical limit. The specific temperature of 165 degrees Fahrenheit is the critical limit that must be met to ensure the food is safe. Question 80. Which of the following is considered a time and temperature control for safety food? Option A. Dry crackers. Option B. Whole apples. Option C. Baked potato. Option D. Uncooked flour. The correct answer is option C. Baked potato. A baked potato is a time and temperature control for safety food because it is moist and high in carbohydrates, which supports bacterial growth. Question 81. What temperature must cooked vegetables reach to be safely hot held for service? Option A. 135 degrees Fahrenheit. Option B. 145 degrees Fahrenheit. Option C. 155 degrees Fahrenheit. Option D. 165 degrees Fahrenheit. The correct answer is option A. 135 degrees Fahrenheit. Cooked vegetables and fruits and grains held for hot service must reach 135 degrees Fahrenheit. Question 82. When can raw and unpackaged meat be offered for self-service? Option A. At a buffet. Option B. At a school cafeteria. Option C. At Mongolian barbecues. Option D. At a grocery store sample station. The correct answer is option C. At Mongolian barbecues. Raw meat is generally not allowed for self-service except at operations like Mongolian barbecues where it is cooked immediately. Question 83. Which information is required on a safety data sheet? Option A. The price of the chemical. Option B. First aid information. Option C. The name of the delivery driver. Option D. The expiration date. The correct answer is option B. First aid information. Safety data sheets provide vital safety information including first aid and protective equipment and emergency procedures. Question 84. What is the first step of cleaning and sanitizing stationary equipment? Option A. Rinsing the surface. Option B. Applying sanitizer. Option C. Unplugging the unit. Option D. Removing food bits. The correct answer is option C. Unplugging the unit. Safety is first. Unplug the equipment before beginning the cleaning and sanitizing process. Question 85. Within 2 hours of hot holding in a self-service area, the temperature of soup has dropped to 130 degrees Fahrenheit. The soup must be reheated to what temperature? Option A. 145 degrees Fahrenheit. Option B. 155 degrees Fahrenheit. Option C. 165 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 seconds. Option D. 175 degrees Fahrenheit. The correct answer is option C. 165 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 seconds. Any food that falls into the danger zone during holding can be reheated to 165 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 seconds once within a 2-hour window. Question 86. What should a food handler do to make gloves easier to put on? Option A. Apply hand lotion. Option B. Select the right size gloves. Option C. Blow into them. Option D. Wash them with soap. The correct answer is option B. Select the right size gloves. Selecting the correct size prevents tearing and makes the gloves easier to put on without contamination. Question 87. What must an operation do before packaging fresh juice on site for later sale? Option A. Freeze the juice. Option B. Obtain a variance from the regulatory authority. Option C. Store it at room temperature. Option D. Add chemical preservatives. The correct answer is option B. Obtain a variance from the regulatory authority. Processing and packaging juice on site for later sale requires a special variance and often a hazard analysis critical control point plan. Question 88. It is July 22nd and chicken salad is being prepared with leftover chicken that was grilled on July 20th. By what date must it be thrown out? Option A. July 24th. Option B. July 26th. Option C. July 27th. Option D. July 29th. The correct answer is option C. July 27th. The chicken salad can be kept for a total of 7 days starting from the day the chicken was first cooked. Question 89. Hot time and temperature control for safety food can be held without temperature control for a maximum of how many hours? Option A. 2 hours. Option B. 4 hours. Option C. 6 hours. Option D. 8 hours. The correct answer is option B. 4 hours. Hot food can be held without temperature control for a maximum of 4 hours before it must be sold and served or thrown out. Question 90. The appropriate concentration for an iodine sanitizer is how many parts per million? Option A. 5 to 10 parts per million. Option B. 12.5 to 25 parts per million. Option C. 50 to 100 parts per million. Option D. 200 to 400 parts per million. The correct answer is option B. 12.5 to 25 parts per million. Iodine sanitizers should be maintained between 12.5 and 25 parts per million to be effective. Question 91. What is the third step in cleaning and sanitizing items in a 3-compartment sink? Option A. Sanitizing. Option B. Washing. Option C. Rinsing. Option D. Air drying. The correct answer is option C. Rinsing. The correct order for a 3-compartment sink is wash and rinse and then sanitize. Question 92. What practice should be used to prevent seafood toxins from causing foodborne illness? Option A. Cooking fish to 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Option B. Purchasing food from approved and reputable suppliers. Option C. Freezing fish for 24 hours. Option D. Using color-coded cutting boards. The correct answer is option B. Purchasing food from approved and reputable suppliers. Seafood toxins cannot be destroyed by cooking or freezing, so buying from reputable suppliers is the only prevention. Question 93. What is the purpose of hand antiseptic? Option A. To replace hand washing. Option B. To lower the number of pathogens on the skin. Option C. To remove dirt from under fingernails. Option D. To keep hands from getting dry. The correct answer is option B. To lower the number of pathogens on the skin. Hand antiseptics should only be used after hand washing to further reduce the number of microorganisms on the skin. Question 94. The most common transmission form for hepatitis A in foodborne illness outbreaks is through which of the following? Option A. An infected employee. Option B. Contaminated soil. Option C. Raw beef. Option D. Dirty dish towels. The correct answer is option A. An infected employee. Hepatitis A is most often spread when an infected employee touches ready-to-eat food with their bare hands. Question 95. A local nursing home has a yearly barbecue for its residents. Which food item should not be served? Option A. Well-done steak. Option B. Rare hamburgers. Option C. Corn on the cob. Option D. Baked beans. The correct answer is option B. Rare hamburgers. Rare hamburgers are undercooked and pose a high risk to the elderly residents of a nursing home. Question 96. A food handler should recalibrate a thermometer after which event? Option A. Every 2 hours. Option B. After it falls on the floor. Option C. At the end of the shift. Option D. Before checking a roast. The correct answer is option B. After it falls on the floor. Drop thermometers can lose accuracy and must be recalibrated to ensure correct readings. Question 97. What is a basic characteristic of a virus? Option A. It grows in dry food. Option B. It requires a living host to grow. Option C. It can be destroyed by freezing. Option D. It gives food a bitter taste. The correct answer is option B. It requires a living host to grow. Viruses require a living host to grow and are typically transferred through the fecal-oral route. Question 98. What should be done with food handled by a food handler restricted or excluded due to illness? Option A. Serve it immediately. Option B. Reheat it to 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Option C. Throw it out. Option D. Freeze it for 48 hours. The correct answer is option C. Throw it out. Food handled by an ill staff member must be discarded to prevent the risk of a foodborne illness outbreak. Question 99. What organization requires material safety data sheets for hazardous chemicals? Option A. Food and Drug Administration. Option B. Occupational Safety and Health Administration. Option C. United States Department of Agriculture. Option D. Environmental Protection Agency. The correct answer is option B. Occupational Safety and Health Administration. The Occupational Safety and Health Administration requires chemical manufacturers to provide a safety data sheet for each hazardous chemical they sell. Question 100. Jaundice is a primary symptom of which foodborne illness? Option A. Norovirus. Option B. Salmonella typhi. Option C. Hepatitis A. Option D. Shigella species. The correct answer is option C. Hepatitis A. Jaundice, which is a yellowing of the skin and eyes, is a hallmark symptom of the hepatitis A virus. Question 101. What should a food service operator do when responding to a foodborne illness outbreak? Option A. Throw away all food in the kitchen. Option B. Segregate the suspected product. Option C. Contact the local news station. Option D. Give customers a refund immediately. The correct answer is option B. Segregate the suspected product. The suspected product should be set aside and labeled "Do not use" to prevent further consumption during an investigation. Question 102. What should food handlers do after leaving and returning to the prep area? Option A. Apply hand antiseptic. Option B. Change their apron. Option C. Wash their hands. Option D. Check the temperature of the food. The correct answer is option C. Wash their hands. Food handlers must wash their hands every time they return to the kitchen to prevent bringing outside contaminants in. Question 103. What should a food handler do with food after it is thawed in the microwave? Option A, freeze it for later use. Option B, cook it immediately using conventional equipment. Option C, store it in the cooler for 24 hours. Option D, serve it as is. The correct answer is option B, cook it immediately using conventional equipment. Microwave thawing requires that the food be cooked immediately after the process is finished. Question 104. What food item does the Food and Drug Administration advise against offering on a children's menu? Option A, fried chicken tenders. Option B, rare cheeseburgers. Option C, grilled cheese sandwiches. Option D, peanut butter and jelly. The correct answer is option B, rare cheeseburgers. The Food and Drug Administration recommends against offering raw or undercooked meat and poultry or seafood to high-risk populations including children. Question 105. Which organization includes inspecting food as one of its primary responsibilities? Option A, Occupational Safety and Health Administration. Option B, United States Department of Agriculture. Option C, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Option D, Environmental Protection Agency. The correct answer is option B, United States Department of Agriculture. The United States Department of Agriculture is responsible for inspecting meat and poultry and eggs. Question 106. What should food service operators do to prevent customer illness from Shigella species? Option A, control flies inside and outside of the operation. Option B, cook meat to the correct internal temperature. Option C, freeze food to 0 degrees Fahrenheit. Option D, avoid using copper cookware. The correct answer is option A, control flies inside and outside of the operation. Shigella species can be transferred by flies when they land on food. Question 107. How should staff make sure the chemical sanitizer being used is at the correct strength? Option A, by the color of the water. Option B, use a test kit to check the concentration. Option C, by the smell of the solution. Option D, by how many bubbles are in the sink. The correct answer is option B, use a test kit to check the concentration. A test kit specifically designed for the sanitizer being used is the only way to accurately measure concentration. Question 108. Hot water in a hand-washing sink must reach a temperature of at least how many degrees? Option A, 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Option B, 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Option C, 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Option D, 171 degrees Fahrenheit. The correct answer is option B, 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Hand-washing sinks must provide water at a temperature of at least 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Question 109. A food handler is slicing roast beef continuously for 6 hours. After 4 hours the roast beef is removed and the slicer is cleaned. What is the risk? Option A, physical contamination. Option B, chemical contamination. Option C, time and temperature abuse of the roast beef. Option D, cross-contact with allergens. The correct answer is option C, time and temperature abuse of the roast beef. Ready-to-eat food being processed for long periods at room temperature is at risk for time and temperature abuse. Question 110. What type of thermocouple probe should be used to check the internal temperature of a beef roast? Option A, surface probe. Option B, air probe. Option C, penetration probe. Option D, immersion probe. The correct answer is option C, penetration probe. Penetration probes are designed to check the internal temperature of food, especially thick items like roasts. Question 111. Which item should be rejected during receiving? Option A, bags of organic cookies in torn packaging. Option B, frozen shrimp with no ice crystals. Option C, canned corn with a clean label. Option D, fresh salmon at 38 degrees Fahrenheit. The correct answer is option A, bags of organic cookies in torn packaging. Any food item with damaged or torn packaging should be rejected as it may be contaminated. Question 112. Nursing home staff are creating a new menu item for residents. What item is not safe to serve? Option A, omelets. Option B, hard-boiled eggs. Option C, soft-boiled eggs. Option D, scrambled eggs. The correct answer is option C, soft-boiled eggs. High-risk populations such as nursing home residents should not be served raw or undercooked eggs. Question 113. Why should food temperature be taken in two different locations? Option A, to make sure the thermometer is working. Option B, because the temperature may vary in the food. Option C, to save time. Option D, to verify the cooling rate. The correct answer is option B, because the temperature may vary in the food. Heat is not always distributed evenly, so checking multiple spots ensures the entire product is safe. Question 114. Food held at 41 degrees Fahrenheit or lower before being removed from refrigeration can be held without temperature control for up to how many hours? Option A, 2 hours. Option B, 4 hours. Option C, 6 hours. Option D, 8 hours. The correct answer is option C, 6 hours. Cold food can be held without temperature control for up to 6 hours as long as it does not exceed 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Question 115. What factors influence the effectiveness of a chemical sanitizer? Option A, color and smell. Option B, concentration and temperature and contact time and pH and water hardness. Option C, brand name and price. Option D, the size of the sink. The correct answer is option B, concentration and temperature and contact time and pH and water hardness. Chemical sanitizers are affected by their concentration and the temperature of the water and how long they stay on a surface. Question 116. Tabletop equipment on legs requires a clearance of at least how many inches? Option A, 2 inches. Option B, 4 inches. Option C, 6 inches. Option D, 8 inches. The correct answer is option B, 4 inches. Tabletop equipment must be either sealed to the counter or elevated 4 inches for cleaning. Question 117. The most important aspect of personal cleanliness for a food handler is which of the following? Option A, wearing a clean uniform. Option B, using expensive soap. Option C, frequent and thorough hand washing. Option D, shaving every day. The correct answer is option C, frequent and thorough hand washing. Frequent and proper hand washing is the single most effective way to prevent the spread of foodborne pathogens. Question 118. Which task requires food handlers to wash their hands both before and after doing it? Option A, taking out the trash. Option B, sweeping the floors. Option C, handling raw meat and poultry or seafood. Option D, setting a table with clean linens. The correct answer is option C, handling raw meat and poultry or seafood. Food handlers must wash hands before and after handling raw meat to prevent cross-contamination. Question 119. What is the definition of sanitizing? Option A, removing visible dirt from a surface. Option B, reducing the pathogens on a surface to safe levels. Option C, using soap and water on a table. Option D, applying a Dylamer to a steam table. The correct answer is option B, reducing the pathogens on a surface to safe levels. Sanitizing is the process of reducing the number of microorganisms to safe levels using heat or chemicals. Question 120. Which reason would cause an inspector to close an operation immediately? Option A, a broken dishwasher. Option B, a missing handwashing sign. Option C, an infestation of cockroaches or mice. Option D, failure to keep training records. The correct answer is option C, an infestation of cockroaches or mice. Imminent health hazards such as a significant pest infestation or lack of refrigeration are grounds for immediate closure. Question 121. What must a food handler with a hand wound do to safely work with food? Option A, apply hand sanitizer and continue working. Option B, wash hands every 15 minutes. Option C, bandage the wound with an impermeable cover and wear a single-use glove. Option D, avoid touching any equipment. The correct answer is option C, bandage the wound with an impermeable cover and wear a single-use glove. Wounds on the hand must be covered with a waterproof bandage and then a single-use glove must be worn over it. Question 122. Which food item has been most closely associated with Salmonella typhi? Option A, fresh lettuce. Option B, ground beef. Option C, beverages. Option D, baked potatoes. The correct answer is option C, beverages. Salmonella typhi is often linked to ready-to-eat food and beverages. Question 123. Which raw food should be stored above all others in a cooler to minimize cross-contamination? Option A, raw poultry. Option B, raw ground beef. Option C, fresh carrots. Option D, raw salmon. The correct answer is option C, fresh carrots. Ready-to-eat foods like carrots must be stored on the top shelf above all raw meats. Question 124. What should food service operations do to prevent the spread of hepatitis A? Option A, cook food to 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Option B, exclude staff with jaundice from the operation. Option C, freeze fish for 48 hours. Option D, use color-coded cutting boards. The correct answer is option B, exclude staff with jaundice from the operation. Staff members showing symptoms of jaundice must be excluded from the operation to prevent the spread of the hepatitis A virus. Question 125. What is the most likely cause of a customer experiencing wheezing and hives? Option A, hepatitis A. Option B, food allergies. Option C, norovirus. Option D, physical contaminants. The correct answer is option B, food allergies. Wheezing and hives and swelling and abdominal pain are common symptoms of an allergic reaction to food. Question 126. What is the minimum internal temperature hot food must be held at to prevent pathogens from growing? Option A, 115 degrees Fahrenheit. Option B, 125 degrees Fahrenheit. Option C, 135 degrees Fahrenheit. Option D, 145 degrees Fahrenheit. The correct answer is option C, 135 degrees Fahrenheit. Hot-held food must be maintained at 135 degrees Fahrenheit or higher to stay out of the temperature danger zone. Question 127. Who should the manager contact when reporting a suspected foodborne illness? Option A, the local regulatory authority. Option B, the food supplier. Option C, the police department. Option D, the corporate office. The correct answer is option A, the local regulatory authority. Suspected outbreaks must be reported to the local health department or regulatory authority for investigation. Question 128. Which responsibility is included in the Food and Drug Administration's role? Option A, inspecting meat and poultry and eggs. Option B, regulating food transported across state lines. Option C, issuing local liquor licenses. Option D, conducting local health inspections. The correct answer is option B, regulating food transported across state lines. The Food and Drug Administration issues the Food Code and regulates food that crosses state lines. Question 129. How should an item that has been recalled by its manufacturer be stored in an operation? Option A, in the walk-in freezer. Option B, in the dry storage with other food. Option C, separately from food that will be served. Option D, on the prep table for inspection. The correct answer is option C, separately from food that will be served. Recalled items must be isolated and labeled clearly to ensure they are not accidentally used or served. Question 130. A food handler is prepping a seafood dish on April 4th using shrimp and scallops. The shrimp has a use-by date of April 8th and the scallops have a use-by date of April 10th. What is the use-by date for the dish? Option A, April 4th. Option B, April 8th. Option C, April 10th. Option D, April 14th. The correct answer is option B, April 8th. The use-by date of a dish containing multiple ingredients must be based on the earliest expiration date of any individual ingredient. Question 131. Which procedure would help protect food from contamination by food handlers and customers? Option A, installing sneeze guards above the salad bar. Option B, using wooden cutting boards. Option C, leaving food uncovered during service. Option D, lowering the lighting in the prep area. The correct answer is option A, installing sneeze guards above the salad bar. Sneeze guards provide a physical barrier to prevent contaminants from reaching self-service food. Question 132. The third compartment in a three-compartment sink is used for what purpose? Option A, washing. Option B, rinsing. Option C, sanitizing. Option D, hand washing. The correct answer is option C, sanitizing. The three steps in the sink are wash and rinse and sanitize.